Okay, yes, another episode of Sammy and Dad. This time I'm working on Isabel's car, but the problem actually happened with Sam's LTD. So last week he had problems with a bit of substandard performance. It stalled on him once whilst he was driving and sort of bogging down, trying to accelerate off the line, and top end speed wasn't all that great either. So I suggested to him, because he's in the country, he probably did pick up some bad fuel, so changed the fuel filter, and yes, there was pretty good crap in there. But when I picked it up on Monday from the country, I brought it back. It drove okay, but it did have a couple of bogging issues occasionally. So, easy thing, do plugs and points. We don't know how old the plugs are because we purchased the car earlier this year and we haven't changed them. They're supposed to be iridium. We did have a problem with one lead once before, corrosion issue. So that was replaced, but all the leads appeared to be original leads. So in a 95 car, that's not bad. So we decided to start off with plugs and leads, see how we go. So we did that, and yes, it did not bog anymore, but at top end speed, yeah, it was lacking something. There was something not right. It just was wanting to go, but it couldn't go any harder. So I brought it back, and I had to play with the mass airflow sensor. So this is car, okay, this is her EF XR8, has the same engine, obviously, as the DF. We have the airbox here. We have this little bugger here is the mass airflow sensor, or MAF sensor, or some people call them a MAP. I think they're slightly different, but this is a mass airflow sensor. From my reckoning, and again, I'm not a mechanic, but what it is it tells the computer, okay, how much air is going into the engine to mix the right amount of fuel with it to give you nice big bangs. So that's what I in layman's terms. So there's an electrical port here that plugs into it. There's two filaments in this one. Sometimes there's one filament. I've had problems with my Expedition with the wiring here, having a broken wiring, therefore not sending the right messages to the computer and not giving the right readings and having the car stall. So we need to take this fella out and have a look at it. And we'll give you some more info then. Okay, so to remove, we've got two tech heads there. We've got one there and there's also one on this side. So we're using our SP Tools tech heads. This one's the one with a hole in it. Okay, it just depends on whether they've been removed before, but that's what it should have. We'll undo those, and we'll also pull the wiring harness out as well. And when you pull it out, you just got to be very careful of the filaments, you don't damage them. So we'll just have a go with that. Okay, so just to show, this is the plug. It's a bit hard to remove, so you need to flip. It's usually got two of these. This one's got one broken. They need to be flipped back, and then you can remove the plug out the bottom of it. We'll just put that away a bit. And then we're going to get our tech head on there and remove that one. And then, with any luck, we've got one on here too. Can be quite tricky. Oh, look, someone's changed that to an Allen key. Okay, so it's got an Allen key on it. So, a little bit more fiddly, I guess. But it's probably best to take the bottom one out first, if you can. No, it's going to need a bit more. Okay, once you've got the two bolts out, just carefully remove it, and you should be seeing two filaments on the inside for this one. Be careful not to touch them. Now, this one is a aftermarket replacement. This is a VDO brand. Okay, I've replaced this one a little while ago because the old one was damaged. Okay, there's two resistors there, and in this case, it sits in the machine like that in the housing. So this front one here will be the one that's hitting the air first, and will probably collect more dirt on it than the back one. So in the moment, you're going to see some still photos of what Sam's looked like when I pulled it out. Okay, so as you can see in that footage, the airflow sensor had a lot of crusty bits on it, a lot of brown, dirt, dust, and stuff on it. Now, I did spray it with this liquid moly airflow sensor cleaner, which I sprayed, and I got some of it off, but I couldn't get all of it off. So what I did is I just got a bowl. Yes, I got a bowl from the house. Squirted some of this in the bowl and actually used a very fine cotton tip and just carefully just got rid of the dirt. And you should have seen the cotton tip. She was brown and got the dirt off it. So I felt that I'd done a really good job. I put it back in the car, and to the amazement of Sam, it had made such a difference that it actually felt like a completely different car. Anyway, this is liquid moly airflow sensor cleaner. You can't use anything else. You must use the correct stuff. Whether it's a different brand, fine, but must be airflow sensor cleaner. And that'll fix up your problem if it's got dust and dirt on it. But those pictures will show that it was lots of chunky stuff. I had to zoom in on the photograph because my eyesight couldn't see it. Once reinstalled, just remember to put the plug back in. So when you start her up, she doesn't run like poo. Sometimes common fault, and you think, I haven't done a good job because it hasn't worked. It's made it worse. But plug it in and away she'll go. And that's the sound we all love. Anyway, so hopefully if you have the similar sort of problem, that's somewhere that you can look. The mass airflow sensor, they're about $200 and something to replace the whole thing, but it just might need a clean and it'll fix it up for you. Okay, see ya.